Good morning, 8th class students. In previous class, I started a topic known as biodiversity and its conservation. Now, I will explain about the definition of biodiversity. What is meant by biodiversity? Biodiversity means biological diversity. If you will observe in India, we can find out a great diversity in living organisms. That diversity present in plants and animals and as well as microorganisms also. We can find out so many variations in living organisms. If you will observe, no living organism on earth cannot looks like same. That is called diversity. If you will observe, in biodiversity topic, in last class I explained three words, that is extinct, endangered and endemic species. Now I will explain about endangered species. What is meant by extinct? The animals or plants which vanished from the earth, that is known as extinct. Example, dinosaur. Endangered animals, it is a warning signal which ready to extinct in future, that is called endangered species. If you will observe a book called Red Data Book, this book consists of list of endangered species. Now open page number 89 in your NS textbook. Page number 89. If you will observe in this picture we can find out some animals and plants which are in endangered condition. So here they gave some pictures to you, some animals and as well as some plants. They are in endangered condition in India. These endangered organisms includes plants and animals. The book which contains endangered species of animals and plants known as Red Data Book or Red List Book. Red Data Book or Red List Book. If you will observe here, some animals we can find out which are in endangered condition in India. That is lion, red fox, single horned rhino, vulture, spotted cheetah deer, loris, black spider monkey, wild cat. All these are animals which are in endangered condition in India. If you will observe in plants like Cycas, Rauwolfia serpentina, it is simply called as snake root, which is useful for medicine for snake bite. Nepenthes, it is a insectivorous plant, and sandalwood tree. All these are endangered condition. According to WWF, World Wildlife Federation, IUWC, International Union for Wildlife Conservation, published a book called Red Data Book contain endangered species of plants and animals. Now open page number 90. They gave some species of animals of both plants and animals which are in endangered condition. Plants, flora. Flora means plants, fauna means animals. If you will observe in plants, we can find out orchid species, red sandalwood, cycas, medicinal plants like Rauwolfia serpentina. Animals, fauna, leopard, Indian lion, Indian wolf, red fox, red panda, tiger, wild cat, hyena, gharial, tortoise, python, green sea turtle, etc. Peacock, great Indian bustard pelican, great Indian hornbill. All these are birds which are in endangered condition in India. Golden monkey, lion-tailed macaque, Nilgiri langur, loris, etc. are animals which are in endangered condition. Now, I will explain about another word in biodiversity, that is called endemic species. Endemic species means, if you will observe, we can find out some animals and plants, we can find out throughout the world. But if you will observe some species of animals and plants which belongs to a particular area, endemic species means the animals which belongs to particular place. For example, if you will take kiwi bird, we can find out kiwi in New Zealand. And if you will observe kangaroo, we can find out kangaroo in Australia. So, we cannot find out kiwi birds in India. Why? Because they live in New Zealand place only, that is called endemic species. The animals which belongs to particular place, they cannot live in other places. Means the climatic condition is suitable to live kiwi birds in New Zealand, and the climatic conditions are suitable to kangaroo live in Australia. That is called endemic species. So we learn extinct species, endangered species and endemic species. Do you know India shows a good number of endemic species, about 62% of world's amphibians. Amphibians means the animals which live in land and water. Example, frog and salamander. So they live in both land and water. 62% world's amphibians and 50% of lizards are endemic to Western Ghats of India. So that is endemic species which belongs to particular area. So far we have been using the term species as endangered, extinct, etc. But the species concept does not include all organisms. Species concept applies to majority of the organisms that interbreed among themselves are capable of sexual reproduction. Many animals, flowering plants and microorganisms reproduce sexually. But if you will take some organisms which reproduce asexually, species concept not applies to organisms which reproduce asexually. Species concept applies to the organisms which reproduce sexually. Now, origin of biodiversity and balance the nature. Origin of biodiversity. And balance the nature. If you will observe nowadays, we are cutting trees, or we are cutting trees for which purpose? That is known as deforestation. For which purpose? For agriculture, for construction of dams, for construction of roads, for construction of buildings. Man is the person who is responsible to destroy the biodiversity. For example, if you will cut a forest, if you will clear a forest, if you will observe in forest, we can find out so many animals, plants, a vast number of living organisms we can find out in the forest. If you will clear the forest to grow a crop, we can find out only one type of crop in a forest. But if you will observe forest, we can find out vast number of animals. If you will clear the forest, the animals may migrate from one place to another place. Some can live happily in other places. But if you will observe, some animals may die due to lack of food material. So like this, some animals may become extinct. So, and biodiversity will be destroyed by two ways. One is natural calamities. Natural calamities like forest fires, earthquakes, and floods, tsunamis, all these are called natural calamities. We cannot control natural calamities. Second one is man-made activities. What are the man-made activities? Man is responsible to destroy the biodiversity in nowadays. First one is man-made activities. First one is deforestation. Deforestation, and second one is hunting. And third one is overgrazing. And fourth one is pollution. These are the four main reasons to destroy biodiversity in India. Natural calamities means nature responsible to destroy the biodiversity. if you will observe in these two situations, we cannot control natural calamities, but we can control man-made activities which destroy the biodiversity. Natural calamities like forest fires, and second one is tsunami, and third one is floods. So if you will observe in this situation, biodiversity will be destroyed. We cannot control natural calamities but we can control man-made activities. Deforestation, we can control hunting, we can overgrazing. Some animals will overgraze the plants, and also pollution. Nowadays, pollution also increases. For example, if you take air pollution, soil pollution, this leads to deplete some organisms in the nature. That's why everyone must aware of this to control pollution, to control activities which destroy the biodiversity. So everyone must aware about this topic. Next topic in the biodiversity and its conservation is invasive alien species. Invasive alien species, also known as non-native species. All of you open your NS textbook, page number 91. Page number 91. Here they gave two pictures to you. One is Hyderabad pigeon, second one is water hyacinth. These are invasive alien species, IAS. When alien species, non-native species is introduced or invades, it spreads outside the natural habitats and threatens the biodiversity. For example, if you will take Hyderabad pigeons in Hyderabad, do you know pigeons are not native to our country? They are non-native species. They enter into our India. They compete here. The pigeons are compete with crows. What is the reason? Both have same food habits. Both pigeons and crows loves to eat small insects and small worms. So there is a competition in between of pigeons and crows for food. During this fight, the birds which have strength, ability can survive, remaining eliminated from the nature. Sometimes our native species like crows also will be disappearing. Nowadays, if you will observe, we cannot find out crows in our surroundings. Means they are also in endangered conditions. So invasive alien species are the non-native species which comes from other places and compete with our native species. Next they gave one picture that is called water hyacinth. Water hyacinth. In Telugu it is called Gurrapu Dekka. Water hyacinth is a plant, is not native plant. They migrate from other places and they compete with the normal plants. Do you know? They grow on water. No. They spread in water very easily and they prevent the entry of oxygen and sunlight inside of the water. So the fishes and aquatic plants which live in water dies due to lack of oxygen and sunlight, that is due to growth of water hyacinth. So water hyacinth is not our native plants. They are from other places and which enter into our native place and compete with our own species. So like invasive alien species also destroy the biodiversity. That is one of the reasons to destroy the biodiversity in India. So this is about biodiversity and its conservation topic. In the next class, I will explain about some more information in biodiversity topic. Thank you.